Nearly every teacher knows at least one student who totes a bottomless backpack. Once these students put any papers into the backpack, they're never seen again. Parents miss important notes, and homework disappears. You can nip this problem in the bud and improve communication between school and home by making your classroom blog a virtual backpack. Although it might be easiest to set up a blog to engage parents at the beginning of the school year, you can get started anytime. But before posting anything, you need to think about the purpose of the blog. Ask yourself how you and parents will use the blog to communicate and collaborate. How will you organize the blog so that it's parent-friendly? How will you ensure that parents have access to the blog? Will your blog be a resource for parents who need general classroom information, such as classroom rules or frequently used forms? This information doesn't change much during a school year, so once posted, it will require little or no updating. On a blog, this kind of information is called static because it requires little ongoing maintenance. Will your blog provide up-to-date classroom news, homework assignments, announcements, and other information that needs to be updated regularly? When blogging, this information is called dynamic because it requires frequent maintenance to be current. Dynamic blogs are more interesting and encourage parents to visit regularly. However, dynamic blogs also require more of your time, so you'll want to strike a balance between static and dynamic information. What about showcasing student projects? Most parents enjoy seeing their child's work. A blog can be used to create online galleries for artwork, virtual museums for project exhibits, or e-book collections of student writing. You can also post links to digital work, such as a podcast or vodcast. Posting students' work is a great strategy for encouraging parents to visit the blog regularly. Are you beginning to see how you could use a blog to engage parents? Answer this question and click Next to continue when you're done. Where do you begin when planning a new blog? Start by talking with your site or district technology specialist to find out what blog host site to use. Set up an account and spend some time reading the material provided in the site's help menu. If tutorials are offered, use them as well. By reading the documentation before getting started, you are more likely to be aware of the various features you can incorporate into your blog. It's highly likely that a blog designed to engage parents will also serve as your classroom blog. This means creating the blog with two target audiences in mind, students and their parents. Think about the static and dynamic information each audience needs. There's probably a great deal of overlap. Experiment with various blog features to determine how you want information to be displayed and accessed. Make certain that parents feel welcome when visiting your blog. You can accomplish this by posting a welcome message, providing an overview of the blog and its organization, including a link to parent resources, or by setting up a password-protected parents-only discussion area. Now that we've reviewed factors to consider when using a blog to engage parents, answer this question and then click Next to learn more. Once you're ready to share your blog with parents, you'll need to get the word out. Send home a brief article about the blog and include the URL. Make sure to continue to include the URL in announcements you send home. Encourage return visits by keeping the blog dynamic. Offer student-led hands-on training during back-to-school night or similar occasions. Be patient. It will take time for parents to make checking the blog a habit. You will need to be proactive about online etiquette. It's possible to prohibit comments, but this defeats the purpose of a blog. Instead, as the blog owner, you can moderate comments before they are published. Make certain that parents understand that blog posts must be general and may not include personal information about anyone. Do not approve comments that fail to meet the standards you set. Modeling appropriate use of the blog is critical in how successful this tool will be for you and for parents. Answer this question and then click Next to finish with the lesson. Using a blog to engage parents supports greater communication and collaboration between school and home. Even more importantly, students whose parents take an active role in their education are most likely to succeed academically. Here are some real-life examples of how the concepts discussed in this lesson could be used in a classroom, either as a teaching tool or an administrative aid.